A cold north wind on the heather stones, through Arnor's bones it cried. And a boy with hair like autumn fire walked silent at its side. Carandol, the ranger's son, with eyes too old for youth, learned the forest fed the weak when homes no longer spoke the truth. His father drank the moonlight dry, turned kindness into fear, and every board within that house still shook when he drew near. His mother wore the winter bruise, his sister learned to hide, while Adrahil would stand between the storm and those inside. Oh, sing for Pillinor, the red archer of the wild, who swore no hand of cruelty would ever touch a child. With ashwood bow and raven cloak he walked the northern plight, bearing all the grief of men between the arrow lines. At 14 fled the elder son, left shadows at the door, and Carandol grew darker still than any year before. Young Adrahil trembled soft, the hearth gave little light, but Adrahil would hunt by dawn and guard her through the night. One evening in the rabid snow he heard the screaming rise, the kind that splits a living soul and never truly dies. He burst inside with bow in hand, his mother struck the floor. One final crack of bone and rage, then silence evermore. He hesitated just one breath, one heartbeat far too slow, for though the monster wore his face, it still was father so. Then Adrahil drew back the string with tears that burned like flame, and loosed the shaft that pierced the dark and cursed him with its name. The dying man spat poison lies, accused his son of all, and neighbors heard the drunken curse before the ranger's fall. Murderer, the village cried, though Adrahil swore true, but few men trust an orphan girl when fear has blocked the view. So through the pine and winter moss 2 children disappeared, with nothing but a trowel pack and everything they feared. The woods became their battered home, their roof the star-cold dome, till wandering Dunedin found them too young to roam alone. Almarin took them kindly in, his son Aram beside, and there beneath the northern boughs the broken boy survived. He trained until his fingers bled, till every shaft flew clean, for nevermore would hesitation haunt what he had seen. He took the name of Pillinor, the arrow swift and true, and every wicked thing thereafter had reason now to rue. He seldom touched the ilk of then, for terror gripped him still, that cruelty might sleep in blood and wake against his will. No child would fear him, no wife would break, no trembling soul would bear his hate. He forged himself from grief and vow, from ranger's ashen rain, a lighthouse built from shattered stone to hold against the pain. Years rolled like rivers through the north, and Arnor stood tall, Had 90 winters, not a thread of silver crowned him all. Then came the black gate's iron smoke, the last red dawn of war, where trolls beneath the ashen sky broke men like swinted oars. Aram fell beneath their wrath, bone shattered on the plain, and Pillinor leapt howling forth through fire and screaming rain. He cut the beast aside enough to buy farewell and breath, but paid the price in torn off hand and left it there with death. What is an archer now, he asked, the ruin of the sky. And on that field did Pillinor, the red archer, die. Now sing for Adrahil again, grown ancient in one night. Those youth at last came crashing down beneath the weight of fight. At 98 the years arrived, all at a single breath, and every sorrow carved itself across his face like death. Yet somewhere in the northern wilds, when Arnor forests burn, they say a redhead ranger walks where lonely children turn, and no hand raised in cruelty escapes the unseen mark